Hello everybody, it's John from Wargame. Today's video is going to be a 2v2. It's myself and Ben on Wonsun Harbour. This game I used my Polish motorized deck, which I have just made today or yesterday. So it's a pretty brand new deck. Now I've never played with this one before. So this is the first time that I've used this deck. And let's just quickly go through it. So as you can see, I have two command units, infantry and a jeep. Infantry, so you can put them in buildings, hide them easily, and jeep because it's fast. Now we do have the option to have the Scot, which is faster and a little bit more armor. It's got +1 armor and it's also amphibious, but I went with the jeep just because it's cheaper. The infantry does have the option of coming in the Scot as well, but I just went with the Star 266 just for the cheapness, really. Then I've got two cards of Commandozes, then Pekahota Zemech, or however you pronounce that, Conkers, Groms and Sapazes, then Danas, Roms, Strazalazars, Newers, or Nevers, however you want to pronounce that, and whatever that says, Shulkers. T55 AM2, so unfortunately for me and this deck, this is the best tank that I can get. It's pants. This is a terrible tank. And then I went with the Descent just for something amphibious that carried a gun. So the tank side of the deck is lacking somewhat. Then I went with two cards of Formosa, the new reconnaissance troops with their oversized stocks, just for the grenade launcher. Now I can't actually see who's carrying it. I'm guessing it's this guy. Yeah. That is a that is a big grenade launcher. It's always the guy who's carrying the LMG that has to carry either the AT weapon or something. He's a very unfortunate dude. Reconnaissance helicopters and an infantry squad. Conkers, flame tanks and ZSU 57-2s. Then Sokals and Mi-24Ws. The plane, I've tried to, with this deck, fit one of everything in. So I've got the air superiority fighter, the MiG-29, very decent short range missile, really good long range missile as well. Unfortunately you only get two of those. The semi-active radars, you have to, if I get this correct, the plane has to face the enemy for it to keep the lock on, whereas the Vempel, the R73A Vempel, is fire and forget, so the plane can fire it off, turn around, and it won't lose track of target. Okay, and then I've got the Sierra 30, which is anti-tank, so it's got amazing AP power. It's only 50% accuracy though, so you got 50-50 chance of actually hitting what you want to kill. The air-to-air missile is terrible. Then Seed, 55% accuracy. The range isn't so good. Sorry, it's a bit late. The range isn't so good, but hey ho. Then the Belt Buckle, and then the 7BM, which is just a bomber. Slow speed, terrible ECM, terrible rate of turn. Oh, that's its machine guns. So yeah, it's a bomber. It'll do the job. And then, as you can see, I haven't bothered filling out any of this because I don't think I would use this deck on a naval map. I have a marine deck for that. So I'll just pause the video here and then start it again once it's in game. Okay, so as you can see, we're starting on, well, I actually don't know the compass direction. I don't know if this is the north or the south side, but this side anyway. Oh, unless that's pointing north. So then I guess we're on the east side. So the plan is, Ben is going to go for Delta, I'm going to go Echo Fox, and then push up towards Charlie. As you can see, sorry, I can't pronounce your name. Helig Hopfast Tau something something something. It carries on. He's a Major General, and Major Gorluck is a second lieutenant. So these guys are major ranked players. When we went into this game, Ben was like, we're gonna lose, we're so gonna get hammered. And I'll tell you now, we did lose, but it was a really, really good game. And considering they are ranked players, they didn't do the typical ranked thing of just spam endless stuff, which is something that we've come across quite often, which quite a lot of ranked players have done. But these two didn't do that, and they obviously they know how to play this game because they are ranked, and they did play really intelligently. So that made a nice change. So sorry, Helig, I'm just going to pronounce your name as Helig. I think he actually has seen some of my videos before, because he said good casts. I was like, oh, thanks. Well, I'm probably not going to do a cast of this one because we lost. So I'm actually doing one just because of that, to be honest. So it makes a nice change. So I'm just going to speed through the deployment phase, and of course I'll do a quick rundown of what I started off with. So I got some Formosas, my command squad, just I want to say Commando Z's. I cannot remember now. It's a couple of hours old. Then Separaries, I got another command squad there. AA, got a tank, it's a flame tank, and also a couple of shulkers. A couple of flame tanks, a couple of shulkers. Ben started off with manpads. I can't remember, to be honest, what deck Ben was using. I think he's using a generic red, well, communist deck, to be honest. One of the no nation ones. Just mix of everything. So he's got some Chinese units. Yeah. Chinese, Poles, Russians. Yeah, so he's got a mixed deck. The MI2s with infantry. These things just look dumb. I don't know why, but they do just look dumb. Okay. So slow the speed back down. Beep beep. So I'm splitting off two units. Manpads, the Groms, and the command squad is going to go over to the right hand zone. We've got some helicopters coming in already. That's my bomber that I sent to bomb a random point, which I hoped somebody would be, but unfortunately I was wrong, and then he ends up getting shot down. Oh, he just crashed. They're not the best drivers. Okay, as you can see, these guys are steamrolling down the road. They have a lot of infantry there. Ben's moving forward to meet him. There's already been a bit of action here. You see there's a crashed Chinese helicopter there. Or is that a Panther? I'm not too sure. So Ben's Spetsnaz have found the enemy. There's lots of Jaegers. Not so much infantry here. I think the only infantry he has are the faggots, iglas and Spetsnaz. Now I managed to get into this town relatively unopposed, which was rather surprising. My Formosa's about to ambush the M113s, so I'll bring my Saparis up and also the commandos. This guy uses lots of Heimatschützen, whatchamacallit, militia, or reserves. Unfortunately, the Strelas and the Shilkers don't manage to get the 2 tornadoes, but we do manage to shoot down the F4. Boom. So this guy here has a lot of infantry, so he's just eventually overwhelming my guys just through sheer numbers. However, as you can see, the Formosas are firing away quite happily, so they are doing a lot of damage, but this guy still has a lot of infantry, which are now being supported by his anti-aircraft and some reconnaissance tanks. Well, a reconnaissance tank and 2 Leopard 1A4s. Not too sure whose napalm this is, because I didn't see it. Ben's Spetsnaz have taken a hell of a beating. They're down to 5 men out of the original 40. But they are now shooting with their napalm launchers. Oh, no, they're not. I have no idea why they're using that, unless they have a minimum range, which I'm not aware of. But as I've said previously, I'm not the best player, so I don't know all the ins and outs of how this works properly. So they might have a minimum range, which is probably designed to stop them from blowing themselves up. Commandos, he's hit the reconnaissance tank and reset its firing computer, so that's not going to be shooting anytime soon. Ben's band tank faggots hitting the M113s on the side, and his Spetsnaz are about to die to the Jaegers. This guy has a lot of Jaegers. I'm not sure if they have a motorized deck, mechanized deck, sorry, but they have lots of infantry. Now Ben's commandos, he's holding out against the Commando Marines. I'm quite surprised that this guy's using his oh, here we go. He's going to start targeting with his missiles or rockets. I'm bringing up some more Sapazi, because I am running out. My Formosas are running out of grenades and they are almost wiped out. My Scots, which have anti-tank missiles, I brought them up a little bit so they can try and get some of those used, and I went too far forward with my reconnaissance helicopter. I do have resupply here, which I will bring up to try and resupply these guys. Now I chased him out with my commandos, but then they ran into another wall of infantry, so these take quite a bit of a beating, so I tried to pull them back. Ben's brought in some Lijian, which also have napalm launchers, and they are about to start using. I moved up my Sapazi to take some of the heat off my commandos. I'm just gonna call them sappers and commandos. It's a bit easier. I moved my Shilka over to the side as well to try and provide a bit of support with its cannons. That does look quite good. And by the sounds of it, somebody's getting bombed or missiled. Yeah, the last of the empty M113s. Band tank faggots are now going to start shooting at the Milan. And I moved my T-55s forwards because I want to try to intercept them as well before they drop off whatever infantry that they have in there. I managed to get one, which probably stole the kill from Ben's band tanks. And I steal the last kill there as well. Right, these guys are empty. These guys have taken so much damage and used up so much ammunition that just emptied in a second without actually doing very much because it split over all of them. Number T-55 has taken some hits back from the Leopard 1A1s and the 1A4, or 1A1 and the 1A4. And yet there's more infantry coming here. So unfortunately, it's starting to look as though he's going to overrun me with infantry. And, well, he does, but it's a really good fight for this town. Now, normally when we play and I'm getting beaten, I normally curse the other player. I guess it's just a human reaction, but even though I swore a couple of times during the game, I actually did enjoy this game, as I mentioned previously. Ben's making another attack into Dmitri. He's brought some grenade launcher helicopters up to kill the infantry. He's brought some more Spetsnaz. And also these little recoilless jeeps, recoilless rifle jeeps. The Formosas have been resupplied and rearmed, so I'm moving them forward to help kill off the infantry there. Commandos just took a beating and lost one of the squads, so I'll pull them back. And I'm just using these guys to quickly whittle down the infantry. I want to kill off some more of the infantry before any of their armour comes back, so I can then bring these guys back towards the commandos. Use the commandos to kill the vehicles. Move the Strellas up, just to, not Strellas, but to try and chase away the Panther. I don't want him using his rockets. Ben Spetsnaz has found some Fallschirmjäger 90s. That's an anti-air unit of some sort. Formosa and Commando, lots of Formosas and Commandos having, I would say they're actually having a bit of trouble killing these reservists. And then these helicopters look awesome. Right, what happened? We lost Elena. He managed to get some infantry across here and then run them in through here and straight up, which killed the command section in there. So it was a very, very sneaky move. Now, I'm not too sure if he got like an M113 across there, which is amphibious, or if he landed them and then ran them, but he managed to get a few infantry through here actually, and took it out. So they are now +1, so they're in the lead. I call in a Dana of my own. Yep, that's Ben's attack marker. I'm not sure how many of these he kills, but this guy, I think because he was concentrating on me, he completely forgot about these until Ben starts attacking them. So these are really, really good. I've never actually seen these used very often, but they appear to be very, very good at killing infantry. As you can see, he rushed some APCs down. He tried to drive through the building. Didn't work out well for him. So ran the gauntlet and everything with an RPG and a tank barrel hit him on his way down. Brought up a flame tank, just scare off some of the infantry. The commandos are down to 2 men. Ben's found the Fallschirmjäger 90s, and this guy is running his helicopters straight across the mountainside. Now, unfortunately for me, most of my guys are now badly beaten. These 2 men left. I don't even know who they're shooting at. These guys all the way over here. My artillery is actually trying to shoot down a helicopter itself. Now, fortunately for us, these are empty. I wonder what he's doing with them. Bren brings the Sokol in, shoots them down. He's managed to sneak a reconnaissance vehicle up here, and just as he waited for the Scots to come past, and then he brought it up, which then just killed my command in Fedorf, so we are now -2, or they are +2. He brought in a Tornado IDS to bomb the command vehicle, but Ben moved it, fortunately. So we still hold Gregory. I brought up some ATGMs, I've also brought in some more infantry, and a couple of more tanks. I lost one of these tanks just before. So it's still quite a good fight on here. This commando squad's going to die, which he did. I'll replace him with this commando squad. And that Luke's has come into this forest. So I'll bring out a Hind. There he is. Bring out a Hind and an NMI to try and find him. Ben's just moving the command unit. Some infantry's arrived. So I'm busy down here at the moment. So then I eventually come back up and unload them. Now for some reason... Oh, there they go. They were in this block, but they weren't in it, if you know what I mean. They weren't in the buildings, for some reason. And these guys are in this, so they're okay. Scott 2 versus M113s. As you can see, they've taken a lot of damage. But then the Jaegers come along and finish off the 2 Scots. So I just lost my other T-55, which was up here. The Hind shoots and killed it. So Ben's brought in another command squad. And I'm bringing up another pair of supply trucks. So as you can see, he's got lots of Panzer Grenadiers, lots of Jaegers and reservists. So they heavily outnumber me. I have 40 of these guys. Pichotas. But unfortunately he's got lots of Marders, Leopards and infantry. Oh, and they're being mortared as well, so by the brand new French mortar. Sapper's T-55's taken on the Jaegers, not doing particularly well. 2 Seed aircraft from me and a belt buckle. Seed managed to take out a flak panzer from over there, and the belt buckle dropped. I'm just going to have a quick look. Yeah. They dropped on these Panzer Grenadiers, but they didn't do too much. They did too much damage, so this 40-man platoon is now down to 10 or 11. Now 10, 9. Marder 3s, very dangerous. I mean, what the hell? Come on. It's right next to each other. And they just finished them off. So, yeah, I'm in trouble. I have nothing to stop this now. Got a couple of T-55s, but they're panicked. Low on fuel. Not very good. Conquer team kind of almost comes to the rescue. I throw them a Scott 2 AM on the road. It's now just a speed bump. And then they somehow magically die. I don't know how. He brought his Heimschützen that was over here down across and into here. They've captured those 2 supply trucks. Conquerors are now down to 2 men. Hit him in the arse. Just lost one of them to him. And now those Heimschützen must be dead because I've just captured these 2 supply trucks back. So I brought up my Hind, which was over here. It killed the Lukes as it came out of the forest. Put a little bit of hurt down with his rockets and missiles, but not too much. And now I am absolutely, well, dead. I have nothing left in this town. So brought up 2 more infantry sections and 2 more sapper sections. Hind couldn't hit a barn door. The infantry finished off the last marder. As cool as it looks, it's not very dangerous. Well, not my ones anyway. Fashing MiG 90s come up, killing my infantry. Ben's helicopters are unfortunately getting hit by the flak panzers and the Tiger Hap. Got another belt buckle coming in just to try and slow the inevitable. And does he make it out? Yes, he does. So that was the belt buckle. This is the bomber. No, I'm not going to stop his infantry push, but I just want to delay it a little bit. Ben's brought up some more of his Recorder's rifle jeeps and also some Spetsnaz. And this guy's going to try and come around the side again. Ben's calling out some anti-aircraft there. Flak Panzers come along, taking out the empty Mi-8s. Ben's just called something out there, not too sure what it was. But because we've seen this coming in, I've called out the Sokol. And this is a little bit annoying, to be honest. Sokol has struggles to shoot down a slow-ass transport helicopter. Two hits and it's still alive. So I just lost a plane there, coming in to do a bomb run on here. Now fortunately for me, he can't land. So I get my 2 Scots over there, start coming in and shooting at him. And then just as he's about to land, they shoot him down. Because I see these guys coming through the water as well, I bring out some Conkers. I also brought out some light anti-aircraft tanks. Because I thought this Panther would be coming down. I have my Sokol come up to engage the Lukes. He brings out an F4. Kind of a little bit of overkill, I think. But then, because he's stunned, he won't move away fast enough, and then they shoot him down. So I'm bringing out another Formosa squad, and also another Hind. there goes my reconnaissance squad. Now I'm trying to get him to shoot at the Fallschirmjägers, but he keeps losing line of sight of them. And he seemed to want to shoot at Ben's technical there. He is now, however, getting hit by his Fliegerfaust because Heil has brought in Fliegerfaust squads. These guys are still running away. We'll bring a Scot down to try and engage them, and then I napalm them later. Formosas killed off the Panzergrenadier 90s. Or Fallschirmjäger 90s, I can't remember which one they were. They're dead, whatever they are. And then I bring up a command squad for Dmitri. Now, unfortunately, we are 142 behind. So it's going to be very hard for us to try and pull that back. I'm quite determined to kill off the Fliegerfaust squad, so I chase them up with the Formosa, and then I use the Formosa to kill off the Jaegers. These reservists are still alive. Luke's come in to kill my MI2. But I also have a couple of infantry squads here. A bit more protection from the command squad. I brought some more sappers. The infantry squad here, or two, has just died because the helicopter landed on top of them. Well, the last survivor of the 20 men. And Ben's brought up some Legion. Unfortunately, despite Ben's trying to help me in the middle as well, I can't help him on the left. So, because he's splitting his concentration between me and Dmitri, it's making it a lot harder for him. But I'm worth it, I think. I like to think so. He might disagree. So, we are actually +1 now. I lost a Seed aircraft, but I did manage to kill something. A Flak Panzer. And I think I randomly artilleried this corner to get the command squad. Now I'm not too sure if I did manage to get it or if you just moved it out. Oh, there we go. That's my answer. Oh, it's a command tank. Right, so this is all I have left in the town. Against 30 Jaegers there. 3 squads of whatever they are, Fliegerfaust, Panzergrenadiers. So it's not looking too well. So bringing up another platoon of infantry. Some more supplies. I'm trying to get the supplies to these, which is why I'm hopping him away. However, 20 Jaegers, however many these guys are with their grenade launchers, they're still going to lose to 20 odd Jaegers, unfortunately. So I hop them away in an effort to try and preserve as much of them as I can. Now, unfortunately, I placed these in the wrong place. They should have been over here, further away from the road and the buildings. However, when I unloaded them, I just wanted to unload them as quickly as possible. So I probably should have done that a little bit better. Sapper and the Formosa have run away, and I brought up an entire platoon of commandos. And Ben's Spetsnaz are now unfortunately getting mortared. So because these guys started shooting, so they revealed themselves, so the tanks killed them straight away. Commandos stopped the infantry attack here, and because I knew that they were going to start mortaring, I hopped them forward a block. The Formosas and the Sappers are resupplying and rearming. And Gorlock is now pushing up through the side here. Bringing in some more sappers and some more commandos. I'm going to put them in here. Oh, he's countering my Dana. Son of a bitch. I made the mistake that I always make and forget to move them for counter battery, because that's 120 mil. He's got a very, very long reach. Right, commandos managed to reach over here, so I unload them and then kill off all 5 of the M113s. Then move my newly supplied Formosas up, and also move my commandos out of the block that they were in because they were getting mortared. Infantry hop out. As soon as they pop out, the vehicles die. And because I did see these coming up, so I ordered some ATGMs for there. And I've also got commandos there as well. Heil is attacking again with so many Panzer Grenadiers. And again, I'm hopping him out to avoid the mortars. And generally you can see when the infantry hop out of a block, so you see what direction they're going in. So he's seen me hop them out from there down, which is why I've moved them across. Unfortunately for Ben, is not got much here that can actually do any damage to these. Tornadoes, IDS coming in, bombing the infantry and unfortunately killing them all. Ooh, nice. Ben's got his own commandos which just killed the command tank. He was probably running away from the Spetsnaz. So that's stopped any ticket bleed, but unfortunately they are still over 143 points ahead. Commando's taken a beating from the remaining tanks, and they are now getting mortared from behind, which is pretty demoralizing, I would say. Commando's chasing off these guys. They'll bring up some sappers. Now unfortunately they are not using their napalm launchers. As you can see where they are in relation to each other, he should be using his napalm launcher, especially on these two. I was expecting more mortars coming in and it happened, so I hopped them over. Now I managed to get my Formosas up here, so I've turned the weapons off because I don't want them shooting prematurely, or at least revealing themselves. And now I can counter battery these with a corrected shot. And again he's mortaring where my squad were, or the now understrength platoon. So I bring in another 3 sections of commandos. Now I think, I'm not too sure, because he realised that that must have been a corrected shot, which is why he's bringing these in. I'm not sure how he finds them. Oh, it's because the infantry hop out, start engaging. He bomb rushed some Panzer Grenadiers down, so unfortunately they ran into my commandos. And they bomb my Dana. Cluster bombs. My fault. Well played. And I lose some empty transports, no big deal. Scott 2As engaging the M113s. 3 sections of commandos engaging the Panzer Grenadiers. And this badly mauled platoon. They're bringing up some more supply trucks. And the Pechota engaging these Jaegers over there. Again, he's bombing where he thinks I am, but unfortunately for him, he missed. These guys are just driving past, so I actually have to target them. They, as you can see from the explosions, they were supply trucks. These guys are not doing very well against the Jaegers. They are losing terribly. I think that probably has something to do with the machine gun imbalance, especially the MG3. Now I'm not sure if the MG3 is overpowered or if the Soviets MGs are very underpowered, but there is an imbalance, and hopefully Eugen will fix that. Now, because these guys were willy-nilly bringing in whatever planes they wanted whenever they wanted, I brought in a couple of Neuers, and I just killed a Raven, which was over here, which is hopefully... it wasn't a Raven, it was the German ECR plane. So because I figure that these guys are going to lose, and they are, these guys are out of ammunition, I brought up another platoon of Pechotas. You see that missile then? It flew in and went around and then carried on. So they managed to shoot down another plane, and then I get them to flock out of there. I don't want them getting bombed. Cluster bombs coming in. I did just lose 2 sections of commandos from this squad to the bombers, unfortunately. These guys have lost 13, these guys have lost 27. No, 17. There was only 20 of them. Which explains why they're losing so badly. I try to run the commandos away, however it doesn't go very well for them. He's trying to mortar my Neuers. It's not the mortars that get them, it's seed aircraft, I think, later on. He's managed to get some more Fallschirmjägers in, so I chase them down with my commandos. These guys have finally died. However, there is a fresh platoon of 40 there waiting for them. So they're now engaging. Heavy artillery from over here. I think that's the French mortars hitting where they were, because I moved them, fortunately. Supply trucks come up, immediately empty out. Resupplying this platoon there. And they're bringing in more Panthers. Now they've managed to sneak in some Fallschirmjäger 90s. The commandos are taking out that section. MI8's ambushing these, forcing them to go into the buildings. They did just kill the Scot, but at least we know where they are. Now, I didn't realise at the time that Ben had brought in some napalm launchers. Unfortunately, they die straight away. And they didn't actually manage to kill anything, which is a shame. So I got some more infantry coming in, some more commandos, and then I just lost one of my Neuers due to the ECR plane. So I'll quickly turn off its radar. And then the other one gets away. He does, however, die later on. I don't even notice it happen. Makes me a bad commander. My men dying and I don't even realise. I brought up a Shilka. However, I think he got killed by seed aircraft. This guy attacks again. Heil. However, he runs into lots of my own infantry. Lots of commandos. The sappers not doing so well against the Panzergrenadier 90s just through sheer numbers. And more mortar fire. Again, I see the mortar rounds come in, so I hop them out of the block. More planes coming in. Panthers hitting from the side. They're now +1 again because they have properly captured Dimitri now. And these Fallschirmjäger 90s are still there. However, we do have 54 commandos there, so they're not going to last very long. Peace Rhine comes in. That's what killed it. Way out in the open, Fallschirmjägers were spotting it. Empty transports coming in again, just to either scout run or waste anti-air missiles. Ben's brought in some HQ-7s, which quickly deal with them. The mortars, not too sure where they're shooting at. They're shooting at the command squad. Model 1A2 is getting killed by the commandos. This was a 45-man unit when I first brought them in. Not anymore. Ben's advancing with his Ninja Legion 90s. And because of the incoming mortar fire, Ben's moved his command squad. So it puts them at +2. But that doesn't really matter. I mean, we're so far behind. That's fine. We're so far behind. We've got no chance of winning this. They're bringing in a bomber just to try and slow the infantry attack down. He gets... Does he get shot down? He gets away, but my good planes die. Where's the justice in that? Now, I don't know why, but Ben moved his command squad across the river towards the enemy. I will mock him for that later on. So unfortunately, the infantry chased down his command squad. And they also captured my supply trucks as well, the bastards. Got two commandos left out of all those commandos that I had here to begin with. Ben's Legion finding some tanks and the mortars. Oh, he's lost a mortar somehow. Ooh, nice. Nice. Elated. They're going to die, but at least they took out his very expensive mortars. And he only gets 3 or 4 of them, so I'm guessing they're all dead now. So I was bringing in some reinforcements, however they got ambushed by the Leopard 1A4s. These are my little supply trucks. Poor guys. Confused as to whose side they're on. And that's the game. Time limit ran out, which was good because they would have just clocked up so many they would have clocked up so many points. So as you can see, very high ranked, and Ben and myself, we don't bother with playing ranked games. Okay, now it was a very good game. I enjoyed it quite a lot. So my infantry actually did rather well. I mean, the score doesn't reflect that because I got my ass kicked, but especially my commandos, and the Famosas did this one squad by himself did outstanding. They did well. My seed aircraft, yeah, not so well. I purposely targeted his Mancatis because sometimes they were the only things that I could see. It was kind of dirty fighting hitting his supply trucks, but it's just got to be done sometimes. Commander sees Scott 2 AM killing 4 M113s. The tanks they're piss poor anyway, so I wasn't expecting them to do very much. That's the Hind that killed the Lukes that killed my command squad in Echo. I didn't even realise that these guys got any action. So he killed the M113, which killed the infantry section inside. Formosa did very well. Fallschirmjäger 90s, 2 Fliegerfaust and a Jäger. Faust. I said Faust. Commandos, Jäger. Nice. Did very well. Commandos are awesome. More commandos killing more Fallschirmjägers. More commandos killing Panzergrenadiers. Nice. Oh, didn't realise that they'd targeted. Oh, yes, I remember seeing them. And my Newers managed to kill a Tornado and a Tornado IDS and an ECR, which is the Seed aircraft. Now I'm not going to go through this because I'm just going to go through that like that because it's very, very long. That was a defeat, but we went into the game knowing that we probably would lose just from the fact of their ranks. But it was a very, very good game, so well played to you, sir, and well played to you. So, yes, that's it for now, chaps. Any comments or suggestions, feel free to leave below, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.